Good evening and welcome into the Bank of Colorado Event Center and welcome into a Thursday night of Northeastern Junior College basketball. The Northeastern Plainswomen and Plainsmen welcome in the Trinidad State Trojans. I'm Ben Blecka. Pregame show brought to you by Northeastern Junior College. Get your educational path for 26-27 off on the right foot today by visiting njc.edu. Plainswomen now 3-5. They're 2 games out of 4th place, which is hosting in the opening round of the Region 9 tournament. After the loss last night to the Otero Rattlers 76-72. Trinidad lost by 29 in Scottsbluff last night. They're now 0-7 in Region 9 South play. They have lost 9 in a row dating back to December. But for head coach Alvin Nagao, they have actually been better in 2026 by a significant margin. More than 7 more points per game scored and more than 6 more rebounds a game collected. Like NJC, they figured it out in the second semester. All the metrics are positive for both the Plainswomen and the Trojans in semester number 2. The Plainswomen are up almost 7 points a game and are down 6 turnovers a game, which is very big. Turnovers were a problem late last night for NJC, and that's going to be part of the key to the contest here tonight. But this is not a Trinidad team that really gets at you too much defensively with steals and that kind of thing. They're only averaging 7 steals a game inside regional play. NJC needs to dominate the glass again tonight if they're going to win this game. That's the key to the contest. The Plainswomen won in Trinidad back on the 24th of January, 67-52, because they dominated the glass. And 3 officials very familiar with in this gym. I've seen them call a lot of games as they walk in here tonight. You're going to have an opportunity to be dominant on the glass for both of these teams. The team that wins that rebounding battle is going to win this contest here tonight. And the Plainswomen, if they have any hope of getting themselves into a hosting position in the postseason, they have to win tonight. They're going to have to take something else on the road, but you have to win this game here tonight. Key to the contest brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center, largest selection of flooring across the eastern plains of Colorado. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center, where comfort is their middle name. We'll take a break and come back. Tip off next. NJC, Trinidad State. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we welcome you back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center as we get set for the start of tip-off. The Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen and the Trinidad State Trojans set to do battle. And our pregame festivities are brought to you by Stubbs. When you're traveling I-76, get off at exit 66A in Wiggins. Stop by and see Stubbs for all your gas, food, and auto accessories. Plainswomen at 7 and 17, Trojans at 2 and 18, but the number that matters is the conference play. 3 and 5 for NJC, currently tied for fifth, but they have the tiebreak. Trinidad State is 0 and 7. Let's head to the public address announce system to get this evening underway.
Good evening and welcome to the Bank of Colorado Event Center for this evening's Region 9 women's basketball contest between the visiting Trinidad State Trojans and your Northeastern Plainswomen. Before we meet the starters for this evening's contest, we ask that everyone please rise if able and remove cover as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet our starting lineups for this evening's contest. First, for the visiting Trinidad State Trojans, a freshman wearing number 1, Aaliyah Olaboyan. A freshman wearing number 2, Ayana Lopez Cuco. A freshman wearing number 4, Blanca Oranes Ramon. A sophomore wearing number 21, Ali Bishop. And a sophomore wearing number 24, Gabby O'Hara. The Trinidad State Trojans are coached by Alvin Nagao. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Northeastern Plainswomen. She's a 5'5" freshman from Greeley, Colorado, wearing number 3, Madison Cepeda. She's a 5'9" freshman from Keensburg, Colorado, wearing number 5, Riley Phelps. She's a 6'1" sophomore from Spain, wearing number 8, Daniela Garcia Gasco. She's a 5'4" freshman from Marino, Colorado, wearing number 10, Veronica Beret. And a 5'6" freshman from Albuquerque, New Mexico, wearing number 23, Monique Senna. The Northeastern Plainswomen are coached by Bronson Moten. Let's play ball!
Tip-off brought to you by Better Electric. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Plainswomen in the home whites with the gold letters and numbers. Trinidad in the road golds with the maroon or navy, letters and numbers. Tip one for the Plainswomen, and they'll have the opening possession of the ball game, going from our right to our left. Daniela Garcia-Gasco setting it up near the top of the key. And to Riley Phelps, the two that doubled last night. Hook up and the shot up and in for Riley Phelps. NJC scores first on the opening possession of the ball game. Phelps had 12 and 13 last night. Daniela Garcia-Gasco just dropped off assist number 186 of her career. Near the top of the key, a shot no good for the Trojans. Gabby O'Hara off the mark, no good. And Riley Phelps comes down with the rebound. She'll toss it off to Cepeda, who will run the floor. Cepeda, high post, now outside the arc, finds Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Backdoor feed, Veronica Beret, near corner. Senna from downtown, knocks it down. Monique Senna reins it in, and the Plainswomen score on the first two possessions of the ball game. They lead 5-0 and a steal down underneath for NJC on the entry pass in for the Trinidad State Trojans. Senna walks it into the front court. Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Senna again. Downtown again. Knocks it in. Minute 16 in. NJC off to an 8-0 run to start the basketball game. 8:44 to go in the first quarter. Plainswomen starting hot on Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Events Center, the Plainswomen off to an 8-0 lead to start the game. Just a minute 16 in. They lead Trinidad State 8-0. The Trojans will have the basketball. Lisa Cantoria came in on what ended up being the media timeout. She will be running point now. Cantoria gives it near side to Gabby O'Hara, the team's leading scorer in conference play. Her shot off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped by Riley Phelps and collected by Madison Cepeda. Cepeda runs the floor for the Plainswomen to Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Left side of the lane off the window. Won't go in. Rebound tipped for the Plainswomen and picked up by Cantoria. So the Plainswomen come up empty for the first time in this game on a possession. Cantoria runs the floor, gives it off to Kuko, who puts it near the top of the key. Three won't go, and the rebound is pulled down for the Plainswomen by Veronica Beret. Quick traipse up the floor. Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Yes, sir! She missed the two, but she got the three, and it's an 11-0 run to start the ball game for the Plainswomen. 7:51 to go in quarter number one. Gabby O'Hara walks it into the front court. How about a steal for Veronica Beret? She had 5 of those last night. Beret looks to run the floor. Garcia-Gasco trailed to Santa. Shovel corner. Phelps from downtown. Rolls rim, doesn't go in, and Gabby O'Hara comes away with the rebound for the Trojans. O'Hara will walk it into the front court, and her pocket is picked. That is Madison Cepeda with the steal. She'll run, fling it off the window. It doesn't go. Rebound out off of Veronica Beret's collection attempt. Trinidad State Trojans will go to Sophia Moran-Servian and Yasmin Santina Diaz. Aaliyah Olawoyan and Allie Bishop, I believe, are the two starters that remain on for the Trinidad State Trojans. Olawoyan near the top of the key, drives left side of the lane, covered by Senna. She loses her, puts a shot off the mark, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Riley Phelps. Quick bolt up the floor for the Plainswomen, going right to left in this first half. Cepeda near the top of the key, picks it up, pulls up, free throw line jumper, won't knock it in, and the rebound is contained by Cantaria. Cantaria running the floor, hounded by Beret. Jumping in and getting the tie-up on the help side defense was Madison Cepeda. Said on the pregame show that the team that wins the rebounding battle will win this contest. Plainswomen have a 4-3 advantage on the rebounding edge. 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. Far side, Santina Diaz fouled before she stepped on the end line. Daniela Garcia-Gasco whistled for the first foul of the game. Danny had 3 last night. She went for 20 and 12 and 7 assists. Inbound pass to Olawoyan on the left arc for the Trojans. She'll shovel it out up top to Cantaria. Near side, Olawoyan, pull back from downtown. Everything but the rim. There to get the offensive rebound, Allie Bishop, and she lays it up and in, and the Trojans finally get on the board. Nearly 4 minutes in, 11-2, NJC with the lead. Senna walks it into the front court. She'll get off to Garcia-Gasco. Phelps, left corner, 3. This one's short again, and the rebound is pulled down by Allie Bishop. Saunter into the front court. Moran-Servian will set the offense up, covered by Cepeda for the Plainswomen. Switch off the screen. Cepeda is now on Cantaria. Cantaria left side of the lane from 10, rolls rim and tumbles in. So back-to-back possessions with points for the Trinidad State Trojans. Back within 7, NJC runs Beret up the left side. Down to Phelps near corner. Enter in to Daniela Garcia-Gasco. She'll go right to the window, draw contact, and head to the line. Yasmin Santana Diaz is tagged with her first foul of the game. Plainswomen in conference play have seen, as we said in the pregame show, all metrics go up, including their free throw shooting percentage. It's almost up 6% in conference play for the Plainswomen at the free throw line. Their three-point shooting percentage is up 4%. Their overall shooting percentage is up 5%. Daniela Garcia-Gasco knocks in the first free throw. She has 4. Chance for 5. Becca Segerman came in, replacing Madison Cepeda on the NJC side. Garcia-Gasco can't get the second to go, so she'll remain on as Markella Pizarra is at the table to come in for her. Servian will walk it into the front court, far side. Jumper from Olawoyan off the mark. Beret can't contain the rebound. It goes out of bounds off her. Still Trojans basketball. And Pizarra comes in for Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Inbound to the left of the hoop from the Spanish freshman, Sophia Moran-Servian. She'll drop it in near side to Bishop. Top of the key, Moran-Servian tries to drive, kicks near corner instead. Santana Diaz shot doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Monique Senna. Monique will walk it up for NJC. Come on to the near side for Segerman. Pizarra, high left post. She'll step outside the arc, and the Plainswomen will change up the play. Phelps gets free in the lane. She turns and rims one out. Can't get the shot to go. Great look for Riley, though. Rebound contained for the Trojans. They'll run the floor. Plainswomen deny the break. Now forced into the half court. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. 12 for NJC. 3 top of the key. Off the mark, no good. Riley Phelps collects her third rebound of the ball game on the missed shot from downtown. Monique Senna trots into the front court. She'll look to set the offense up. Olawoyan screened by Pizarra, trailed off to the 3. Segerman entry into Pizarra. She'll turn the 2, rolls rim and in. The Greek freshman, nice post move there. She started the season a lot outside the arc, putting up shots that I did not feel were within the offensive system and within her true wheelhouse. I know y'all want to shoot threes, but she's very good as a post player at this level. Olawayan drives into the lane, past Phelps, can't get the shot to go. Rebound pulled down by Veronica Beret. Walk up, Segerman open, right wing three, rolls off the front of the rim, pulled down by Allie Bishop. 14-4, Plainsman lead by 10, 3:45 to go in the first half. Serbian walks into the front court, far side, long-range shot, way too strong from Cantoria. This is the problem that Trinidad has dealt with a lot this season. They're 0 for 5 from downtown in this game, 31% three-point shooting team in conference play, but they've taken far too many threes. They're better than 20 a game in conference play for a team that shoots the percentage they shoot. Back onto the floor comes Gabby O'Hara for the Trinidad State Trojans. First action of the game for Ashlyn Godfrey, who's working out of the high post. Godfrey gets the ball from Senna, back to Senna. Off to Godfrey. She'll put up a long two that sits on the front of the rim. It won't go in. Becca Segerman fighting for it, but could not come away with the rebound. Trinidad State Trojans will bring back onto the floor. Actually, not back on. This is the first time we've seen Nylene Brown, so the 9th of their suited. Both teams suiting 9 this evening. 3:05 to go. Top of the key three. O'Hara wide left. That had to have been tipped. It went out of bounds off the Beret collection anyway. Madison Cepeda in for Veronica Beret. So Monique Sena is the last of the starters that is yet to sit. With 3:04 to go in quarter number 1, 14-4 NJC on top of Trinidad, looking to end a 2-game losing streak. Drop in far side for the Trojans and Serbian. Serbian to Ramon near the top of the key. Kicks off near side O'Hara. Back off. Far side Ramon pumps and drives. Floater. Flutters in. Blanca Orneanis Ramon knocks it through. She's the leading scorer on the season, averaging better than 14 points a game. That was her first shot this evening. 14-6 NJC. Monique Sena walks into the front court, pulls up top of the key, clips the front of the rim. Nobody in position to rebound, and Serbian comes down with the board. Sena has hit 2 and is the leading scorer with 6. Coast to coast go the Trojans. Shot will not drop. Offensive rebound tipped out to Brown for the Trinidad State Trojans. Near side 3 for Diaz. Won't go, and the board tipped and ends up in the hands of Monique Sena. Plainsmen look to run, don't have the transition. Secondary comes in, Cepeda blow by, right side of the lane, and mauled on her shot by Gabby O'Hara. Madison Cepeda will head to the free throw line. Gabby O'Hara, the sophomore from New Mexico. Second foul in the quarter on Trinidad State. Cepeda, first free throw up and good. She went 1 of 2 from the line last night. It's her first point this evening. 1 of 3 averaging in double figures for NJC in conference play. She knocks in both. And Olawayan comes back in for the Trinidad State Trojans with 2:04 to go in quarter number 1. 16-6, NJC leads Trinidad State. Ramon will walk it into the front court. She will drop off a screen, but too strong on the take went Diaz, and the rebound is pulled down by Pizarra. So Cepeda sprints it back up for NJC. Hesitation drive, left side of the lane, the finger roll up and in. That was a nice move by Madison Cepeda for her first field goal of the night, and the Plainsmen lead by a dozen. 3 near side, no good. Pizarra gets the rebound off the miss from Brown. Plainsmen up 18-6, under 90 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Top of the key, Sena, screen and roll, off to Pizarra, through contact, in and 1. Markella Pizarra with 4, chance for 5. Good dish off there for the Plainswomen. 2 fouls now on Yasmin Santana Diaz, who will take a seat, replaced by Blanca Orañez Ramon. Three-point play attempt for Pizarra. In. So Markella puts the Plainsmen up 15, 21-6 with 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Ramon drives left side of the lane, gets her second bucket of the quarter. She's a leading scorer with 4, the only one to make more than one shot in this opening frame. Minute to go, Plainsmen up 21-8. Entry into Markella Pizarra. She turns, draws contact again, and will head to the line. I like this. NJC's offense has been very perimeter-based in 2026. And you know, having listened to me for 17 years as the voice of NJC, this is my 1,500th game, that I like the interior game, especially on the women's side. If you're able to embrace the physicality, you're able to do some good things. And I like what NJC is doing with Riley Phelps and now Markella Pizarra, who has 6 points. Chance for 7 after she drew the first foul on Orañez Ramon. She gets them both. 7 points in the opening quarter for Markella. Plainsmen back up by 15, 23-8. Trojans bring it up with Ramon running point. She fishes it far side to Gabby O'Hara, and Gabby O'Hara knocks it in. So that is an assisted bucket for the first time today for the Trojans. Plainsmen bolt up. Cepeda looking for the trail and passed it wide of her intended target. First turnover of the night for NJC. With 30 seconds to go in the frame. Drive, left side of the lane. In goes Ramon. She has 6, and the Trojans back within 11. Plainsmen, who have the arrow to begin with the ball in quarter number 2, will walk it up for the final possession of the first quarter. Senna, screen and roll off to Pizarra in the lane. Too strong on her shot. Brown comes down with the board. 10 seconds to go. Trojans looking for the final shot. Baseball pass out in front, off the window. Allie Bishop knocks it in. And NJC led by 15, but gave up a 6-0 run to end the first quarter. It's NJC 23, Trinidad State 14. Quarter number 2 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. With the quarter number 2, NJC 23, Trinidad State 14, as the Plainswomen will have the basketball to begin quarter number 2. It's brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center in Sydney, Nebraska. Online, SydneyRMC.com. Don't let that injury keep you out of the game. Plainswomen bring Giselle Sellis in, the 9th and final player off the bench to start the quarter. It'll be Sellis, Segerman, Garcia, Gasco, Senna, and Cepeda to begin quarter number 2. Madison Cepeda, left wing from downtown, knocks it in again. Cepeda with 9 to lead the team in scoring, and back up by a dozen are the Plainswomen. Trojans back. Gabby O'Hara reins one in. Hot shot for her. She got a bucket late, and then that first there, she now has 5, and Cepeda hounded as the ball's tipped out of her hands. Senna near side, entry in, Sellis, Senna, left corner, drives baseline, in the lane, shot off the mark, no good, and the rebound contained by Olawoyan. Not a great offensive possession there for NJC. Plainswomen back defensively. Trojans bring it up. They'll launch a 3 that doesn't go, and Madison Cepeda comes away with the rebound off the miss from Morin Servian, who came back in to begin quarter two for the Trojans. Monique Santa runs the floor. Backside dish. Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Shot won't go. Gets her own rebound. Put back will. Danny with 6 and her first rebound of the night. Trojans walk it up. Oranjes Ramon onto the near side. Gabby O'Hara. That one bounced wildly off the backboard, and the rebound is run down for the Plainswomen. Veronica Beret at the table next. Whistle for NJC. 90 seconds into quarter number 2, up 28-17. Cepeda in to Garcia-Gasco. Back to her left. Puts a shot up, no good. And the rebound is pulled away by Morin Servian. Morin Servian will toss it out in front and find Oranjes Ramon. Back to Morin Servian. And handoff to Gabby O'Hara. O'Hara driving in, pass stolen away by Giselle Sellis. Getting in on the action. Quick toss up for the Plainswomen. Sellis, right corner. Garcia-Gasco, top of the key. Sloppy pass picked off for the Trojans. Danny back running, and the shot off the mark, no good by Oranjes Ramon. But then Garcia-Gasco gets the rebound and throws it away again. And the easy lay-in for Oranjes Ramon. She now has 8 to lead the scoring after picking that one off. 28-19. NJC's lead is 9. Near corner, Cepeda from downtown. Hammers off the rim, doesn't go in. Becca Segerman chases down the rebound. The Plainswomen get an extended possession. Garcia-Gasco on the baseline. Drops it off to Becca Segerman. Shot will not go, and Olawayan comes away with the board. 7:15 to go in the first half. Olawayan will sprint into the front court. High post, low block, drop to O'Hara. And Gabby O'Hara has 7. Nice feed down underneath by Allie Bishop. Trojans back within 7, 28-21. Top of the key 3, Daniela Garcia-Gasco wide right. And that will lead to substitutions. Contaria, Kukau, and I didn't see who else came out. NJC going to use a timeout. 3 minutes into quarter number 2 because their lead's cut to 7. 28-21. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Rough second quarter for the Plainswomen so far offensively as we come back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center. Bank of Colorado wants you to apply for the loan you need for your dream home fully online. bankofcolorado.com, member FDIC. Plainswomen have scored 5. Trojans have scored 7. And there goes the defense from Veronica Beret, who came in on the timeout. She runs the floor to the hoop and lays it up and in. Her second steal of the ball game. She's the glue. She's the spark. Giselle Sellis remains on for NJC. Drive into the lane, and a traveling call off the right wing from Oranjes Ramon as she took an extra step with Monique Sena trying to funnel her in. So Plainswomen walk it back right to left into the front court with Monique Sena. Monique dumps it on the far side for Segerman. From downtown, knocks it down. Becca's first points of the game, and NJC with another assist. That is 7 assists for the Northeastern Plainswomen on 11 made shots. 33-21, back up by a dozen. Olawayan near the top of the key. Around onto the near side, she'll come for Ramon. Ramon kicks far corner for Cantaria. Cantaria pops it and drops it. Second three made in the quarter for the Trinidad State Trojans. They're back within 9. Monique Sena walks the floor. Top of the key. Goes into the hands of Garcia Gasco. Drives in the lane. Nothing on the entry. Sena back to Segerman, this time on the left wing. Becca, hesitation. Drive, heart of the lane. Post cleared out. Couldn't finish the shot. Ramon comes down with the rebound for the Trinidad State Trojans. She'll run it up with 5:26 to go, and a foul on Daniela Garcia Gasco, so that's 2 on her. The only fouls in the game are on NJC. And Giselle Sellis will sit. Riley Phelps will come in. Phelps will draw the post challenge of Yasmin Santana Diaz, who's playing with 2 fouls for Trinidad State. Get back on the inbound. 3 near side. Not good for the Trinidad State Trojans. Beret comes down with the rebound. She brings it up the floor herself. Daniela Garcia Gasco works to her left on the near sideline. Beret on the weave, the drive, the scoop, the rattle, the drop. Veronica Beret, her second bucket of the quarter, and the Plainswomen lead back up to 11 at 35-24. High post pass goes to Kuko. She tosses off far side for Servian. Servian driving in on Segerman. Back out to Diaz, who puts it in the lane. Shot won't go, and Riley Phelps, who came back in, pulls down her 4th rebound of the contest. Toss off. Transition. Secondary break. Garcia Gasco, right side of the lane. Didn't get the shot to go, but drew the foul. We'll head to the free throw line. Ana Lopez Cuco's first foul this evening. First foul on Trinidad in this second quarter. Gabby O'Hara comes back in for the Trinidad State Trojans, and Madison Cepeda for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Garcia Gasco, first free throw falls in for NJC. 7 points for her. Chance to make it 8. She does. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She has 8 points. Plainswomen back up by 13, 37-24. Diaz walks into the front court. Olawayan weaving with her to the left elbow, puts a short 2 up. Cepeda comes down with the rebound. Cepeda, secondary break to Sena on the right side of the form. Entry pass into the block for Daniela Garcia Gasco. Across the baseline to Riley Phelps. Can't get it to go from long range, and the rebound collected by Kuko. Transition up the floor for the Trojans. Denied for the Plainswomen. Secondary entry in. We get a foul on the floor as Kuko caught the ball, and I think the help down from Riley Phelps will collect her first foul of the contest. Veronica Beret will check back in. She came off when Cepeda came on. So it's back to the starting 5 for NJC for the first time since the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Olawayan shot up no good. Daniela Garcia Gasco comes down with the rebound off the inbound. 3:45 to go before halftime. Veronica Beret on the left wing. Top of the key. Daniela Garcia Gasco onto the far side. She will go for Sena to Cepeda, who drives in out of the right corner. Back iron doesn't drop. Rebound tipped by Beret, but she couldn't tip it to a teammate. The Trojans look to run. Olawayan in the lane. Slipped and fell. That could have been a lot worse. It'll be jump ball, as they say it, tied up. She planted that left leg, and it gave out underneath her. She did not come out in pain, though. We've seen the Plainswomen have their fair share of injuries this year. Yali Benarouche sitting on the bench with a brace after having ACL surgery earlier this week. Drive into the lane, an extra step. Oh, no, a moving screen. They will call Oranias Ramon with her second foul on a moving screen. So second Trojan with 2. 3:15 to go before halftime. walk up for the Plainswomen by Senna. Garcia Gasco in the high post. She'll back down. Off the right block, puts it up and rattles it in. Daniela Garcia Gasco, the first Plainswoman in double figures with 10. She's too shy of 700 for her career here at NJC. Servian far side launches a three that misses everything and goes out of bounds for the Trinidad State Trojans. They're 2 of 15 from downtown in the game are the Trinidad State Trojans, and NJC has matched their game high with a 15-point lead at 39-24. Monique Senna walks into the front court and sets the offense up. Senna, mid-block. Garcia Gasco found the backside cut from Veronica Beret, and she laid it up and in. That's the 4th assist in the game for Daniela Garcia Gasco by my unofficial tally. Lead is now 17 off the window and dropping it in back to 15. Kukal will knock it in. 41-26, 2:15 to go before half. Garcia Gasco, top of the key, shovels it off to Cepeda. Free throw line drop off. They match up. Shot won't go for Danny, and the rebound is contained for the Trojans, and Ramon will run the floor. Olawayan off onto the near side. She comes for Santana Diaz. Baseline pass. Gabby O'Hara far side. Left wing. 2 up, no good. Monique Senna tipped the rebound on the miss from Kuko. And the foul whistled on Oranias Ramon. The leading scorer with 8 now has 3 fouls and takes a seat for the final 150 of our first half. Ball walked into the front court by Monique Senna for NJC. 100 seconds to go. Senna drives right side of the lane. Nobody stopped her. Help over, dropped it in, and one. She's in double figures. Chance for a 3-point play. Drawing the second foul on Ayana Lopez at Kuko. So 3rd Trojan in foul trouble. You have Ramon sitting with 3. Kuko has 2. Diaz has 2. Kuko remains on, as does Diaz. Monique Senna and 1 over and down. Plainswomen have Becca Segerman at the table for Monique Senna. So Monique sits after a 12-point first half. The Plainswomen lead by 18. 44-26, 95 seconds to go before half. Walk into the front court near the top of the key. Gabby O'Hara pulls up and knocks it in. She's the first Trojan in double figures with 10. Leading scorer on the season, or in conference play. Top of the key, Cepeda drives to the left elbow off a screen. She'll shovel it out to Riley Phelps, and then Veronica Beret. ISO'd on the right side, enters into Markella Pizarro, who just came in. Markella puts it up. It spins around the rim, but will not go in. 7 in the first quarter for Markella. And Serbian comes away with the rebound. Plainswomen commit the foul on the run of the floor for the Trinidad State Trojans. Veronica Beret with her first. That's just the 3rd on NJC in the quarter with under a minute to go before halftime. Gabby O'Hara on the inbound pass will set it up. Cepeda now on her. Cepeda picks her pocket. Madison with her second steal of the game runs the floor with O'Hara on her and takes it right to the rack and lays it in. Turns the turnover into points for the Plainswomen, back up by 17, 46-29. High post. Allie Bishop with it for the Trojans. On to the near side for Santana Diaz. And Santana Diaz is fouled. That's 2 on Riley Phelps. So much like last night, both post players dealing with foul trouble. Daniela Garcia Gasco sat down for Markella Pizarra at the last foul. Baseline inbound to the left of the hoop. Tossed in on the near side. Down into the hands, and a 3 is up and in for Serbian. Her first points of the game, 46-32. Final possession in the first half. Plainswomen walk it up, and Madison Cepeda will trigger. Off a screen from Pizarra to Segerman, far corner from downtown. Hammers iron, doesn't go. A rebound down by Bishop. Trojans, 5 seconds to go. Past half, Servian. She'll spin, and good if it goes, but it's wide right. NJC scores 23 in quarter number 2 again, but they give up 18. It is 46-32 at half. You're listening to Northeastern Plainswomen basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back on the campus of NJC at halftime, the Northeastern Plainswomen 46, the Trinidad State Trojans 32. Our halftime show brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, the home team for your home loan. Find out more about everything now for equitable-savings.com. We're joined by Plains men basketball head coach Eddie Trinkle. And Coach, this is the best NJC's looked offensively maybe all season, and there's still, I think, room for improvement. It's not like they played a perfect first half.
No, I mean, they came out, they shot the lights out to start the game, jumping on them, 12-0 or whatever it was. But, I mean, good to see that they're ready. It was a tough, heartbreaking loss last night.
Yeah.
And then, people don't understand, how hard it is to come back from something like that. And they came out and they were ready to go. And, I think sometimes it's easy, when you win the game, like last night.
Mm-hmm.
You can come back and play the next day. It's super tough when you take such a heartbreaking loss. I mean, everybody's like, well, you should be mad. And I'm like, it's hard when you're an 18-year-old kid. Sometimes you have a tendency to pout a little bit more, but they haven't. Boy, they came out and were ready to go from the beginning, and they're rebounding the ball well again.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously shooting the ball really well. And like you said, they're not playing an air-free half, but they have played really well.
Well, how hard is it to do what you guys are doing? This is game 6 in 12 days. This is not a Friday, Saturday back-to-back. This is a Wednesday, Thursday back-to-back. Your kids had to get up and go to class today. You don't give them a pass because they won last night. They had to go to class today and then do everything that comes with a game day. This is a mentally taxing 36 hours for these guys and girls.
It is. When you sign up to play sports, that's what you're signing up for. You're signing up for sometimes a ridiculous schedule,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone told me, this is your 6th game in 12 days. And I was like, it is? Wow. That was stupid. Who scheduled that?
Yeah, I know, right?
But the crazy thing, so when you look, though, everybody else is that way, too. Trinidad, I think they're 5 games in 12 days or something,
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things that, we've tried to make the regional scheduling seamless, foolproof. People still change it a little bit, but we've tried to, hey, on these days we want to play, so everybody's playing.
Right.
Almost everybody played. I think everybody did play last night.
Yeah.
So, I think the region is doing a good job of just like doing that. But like sometimes when you look at the schedules, you're like, man, you got like next week we're going to play at Southeast in Lincoln, Nebraska, coming home and then getting a couple days of practice and headed to go to Lamar. I mean, too far play, but that's who we listed as playing partners. I didn't list it that way. I tried to put North Platte and Southeast together, but everybody else wanted to keep the McCook and the North Platte together because they were so close, and that's fine. So I mean, that was kind of a vote in the region, but this is hard. Regional play is hard when you're playing big conferences with a lot of people. Because you're going to play at least 2 games a week. And more than likely, it's going to be something like, hey, here's 2 games on the road, back-to-back, and then here's 2 games at home.
Yeah.
And you don't have any time to get ready. Like I told our guys, we came out today for shoot-around. We had an hour to get ready for Trinidad.
Yeah. But Trinidad had an hour to get ready for you, and they had to win on a near half-court heave last night in Scottsbluff. How much easier was today because you won by 11 and were up by 15-plus for much of the game last night?
I don't know if it was any easier. It might have been easier for them, for the kids. But, no, I mean, honestly, like, we never felt uncomfortable last night. Maybe at the start of the game when I was like, they had guys hitting 3-pointers that hadn't hit one all year, and you're like, well, we might be in trouble, you know?
Yeah.
But I think our kids really buckled down and played hard. We were able to play a lot of bodies last night, so we didn't wear anybody out. And I thought our kids did a nice job. We avoided, banged up injuries last night. So even though we were a little banged up, we avoided them. We did a nice job of like taking care of ourselves today, getting to class and doing those things. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people I would assume might think, these college athletes, they have it. No, easy. These kids are at 8 o'clock class, 9 o'clock class, 10 o'clock class today, and then coming to a shoot around at 1 o'clock and then coming back and doing this, So these kids do a great job. And for me, if you play for me, Ben, if you skip class, you don't play today.
Absolutely. So. Well, and I think the other thing that's big and that I've loved in my 17 years and 1,500 games covering sports here at NJC is I can't recall a team that didn't have a 3.2, a 3.3, or higher team GPA. So your guys are going to class.
Yep.
Not easy. I mean, you've got guys taking some hard degrees that are pushing hard, and that I think is what this is all about, because 99% of the guys we cover inside this region, they're never going to see the floor in the NBA or even internationally. They need their degree.
They do, and that's that's honestly been our main focus since I've been here. And it doesn't matter how good the players are that we've had. Even with like Dalton, who we knew could be special, like in a different way, right?
Yeah.
That was really the focus with him, is like, bud, you got to have degrees, and because in the end, that's the only thing that's going to help you. You know, eventually your body's going to wear out, and I think every kid, for the most part, that's ever been here, like I would say, men and women, they've all done a great job. They've at least got, the 1 year we won the region with Dalton, I think we had 9 kids the following year that had 2 degrees before they left. So. That was when they gave us that extra year, and a lot of those kids wanted to come back, so we did it. And, so good for these kids, and like good for them just understanding how important that is, and good for their parents understanding that. The parents are big. Like the parents are pushing. Like my rule, like when you talk to parents, when they come on the visit, is talking to them about like, hey, I'm not. If you want to call me about basketball, I'm not going to talk to you about it. If you want to call me about grades, we'll talk about that.
Absolutely.
And our parents have been awesome with that. So.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that's special tonight, I went to college with the Trinidad State head coach. He was actually the point guard on my very first basketball assignment down at now CSU Pueblo. But Coach Folda played for Coach Rump, just like you. So how special is it to get to play with a guy that has the same life experience of playing for a legend like Lowell?
Well, and I tried to hire Mike here when I got this job. I really wanted Mike here. I recruited Mike a little bit to Fort Hays when I was there. He's I know Coach Folda, Joe Folda, for forever. I tried to work for Joe. I tried to go down to CSUP when he was there and be his assistant.
Yeah.
And so I've always had a great deal of respect for Mike and what he does with his program. And He's a salt-of-the-earth guy. He comes in, he shakes your hand, tells you he's going to run a 2-2-2-2-2 press on you, and he's got a great sense of humor. He's got great personality on the sidelines. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and just does a great job. I mean, that's why he's won this region 4 straight years in a row, because he's been able to take groups of kids that maybe aren't the most talented, even though he had probably for 4 years the 2 best guards to play in this region for a long time. And he's done such an unbelievable job. So, I have a great deal of respect for him. He does nothing but win, and that's what I told our guys tonight. If you want to try to dethrone the champion, well, here's your chance, because this guy's been the 4-year champion. So, you get one more crack at him right now, So this is your chance. And like I said, nothing but respect for that guy, and what he's done. And I know when he played here, just listening to Coach Rump, Coach loved him because he was so hard-nosed.
Yeah.
So that was Coach's kind of kids, right? That's why I came here. That's why he gave me a shot here, because he thought, hey, this Coach's kid, and he's hard-nosed. And Mike folded the same thing, playing, and just being able to go back and then play for his dad, Joe. That's pretty cool. I didn't have that opportunity. My dad was coaching San Diego State, and I wasn't that good. So.
Absolutely. Tonight, 7:30 tip-off for the Plainsmen and the Trojans. Coach Eddie Trinkle, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Ben.
Northeastern Plains women lead 46-32 at half. Second half next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back on the campus at NJC as we head to half number 2, a 14-point Plainswomen lead over the Trinidad State Trojans. Our second half is brought to you by Rudy's Tires, several locations across the area. So there's always one close by, rudystires.com for more information. They present 1010 KSIR's Eastern Plains Sports Today weekdays at 1 o'clock on 1010 KSIR. Leading scorer at halftime for the Northeastern Plainswomen, Daniela Garcia-Gasco. She put up 10, and Monique Sena, she put up 12. Markella Pizarra had 7 in the first quarter. Madison Cepeda, 6 in the first half. Veronica Barre, 6 in the first half. Trinidad State Trojans leading scorer Gabby O'Hara, she has 10. 8 by Blanca Orañez Ramon, but she has 3 fouls. 2 other players with 2, and NJC's dealing with Riley Phelps and Daniela Garcia-Gasco with 2 fouls as we head to the second half. So foul trouble could be a factor, but NJC's made the most of it. They've gotten to the line, and they've been able to knock it down 9 of 10 from the free throw line in half number 1 to give themselves the success that they had in that first half. But I've talked about it before, and I'll mention it again here. NJC is notoriously slow coming out of the locker room. When you have the 15-minute pause, NJC typically does not start very well the first 5 minutes of the second half. So you've got to, absolutely have to find yourself some early rhythm in this ball game. Plainsmen will have the ball. They will be going from left to right. And Monique Sena will be setting the offense up. They'll allow Madison Cepeda to be off ball. Sena, part of the starting five. Trojans go starting five to start the second half as well. Garcia Gasco gets it back from Monique Sena after she gives it off. They'll play catch again. The hot potato will be driven into the lane by Monique Sena. Right to the hoop, scoops it up and in. And the Northeastern Plainsmen will have 14 out of her in a 16-point lead. Baseline, extra step, as Lopez Cuco was denied her baseline pass in that offensive form and then trying to turn back out, slid the pivot foot. 30 seconds into the second half, 16-point NJC lead. Monique Sena will walk it into the front court and set the offense up. High-low, Phelps to Garcia Gasco. Garcia Gasco to the rack, knocks it in. Daniela Garcia Gasco with a dozen, and the Plainsmen get another assist. That's 11 assists in the contest for NJC. Right side of the lane, high off the window goes Arañas Ramon, second into double figures for the Trinidad State Trojans. 50-34, a minute in, quarter number 3. Garcia Gasco out of the high post, goes far side. Cepeda from long range, shot won't drop, and the rebound pulled down by Olawoyan. Trojans sprint it back up with Arañas Ramon running the point. Left wing, she'll go to the high post for Lopez Cuco. Lopez Cuco traveled again. 8:37 to go in the third quarter. The Trojans will sub Nylene Brown from Colorado Springs back in. Last bucket for Daniela Garcia Gasco puts her at 700 for her career here at NJC. She's approaching last year's total of 359, probably eclipse it at some point next week on the road trip. We won't be on the road trip. I'm staying home next week. I have high school basketball and some big ones for you on 94.5 The Ranch. Riley Phelps, NBA range 3. Back iron sits, won't go. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Daniela Garcia Gasco. Riley's 0 of 4 from downtown. NJC's put up too many threes for my liking. Monique Sena is the only one that's really been consistently hot. Down into the lane, Nylene Brown blocked by Daniela Garcia Gasco, but on the follow-through, she got all body, so that's the third foul for Danny. And to the free throw line goes Nylene Brown for the first free throws of the night for the Trinidad State Trojans. They did not attempt a free throw in the first half as she knocks in the first. Brown, part of the team that shoots 63% from the free throw line, getting both in for her first points this evening. Back within 14 comes Trinidad State. Madison Cepeda will walk it into the front court. Daniela Garcia Gasco outside the arc. She'll put up a three. It hammers off the rim, doesn't go in, and the rebound out off the collection attempt from Gabby O'Hara. So the Plainsmen get a possession plus on that miscue defensively for the Trinidad State Trojans. And Veronica Beret will inbound to the left of the hoop. Beret will not get it in before the 5 call. Plainsmen ran the inbound. Trojans covered that, and there wasn't any secondary movement to try and collect the pass. 7:45 to go in the third. Gabby O'Hara walks it into the front court. They'll hand it off. Madison Cepeda going for the steal on the handoff to Aranias Ramon, and she'll pick up the foul. Second on the Plainswomen in the quarter. First on Cepeda in the game. So inbound by the Trinidad State bench. Ramon. Ball tipped by Veronica Beret, ends up on the floor and saved by Ramon to the near corner. Brown from downtown. It won't drop, and Veronica Beret comes away with the rebound. Madison Cepeda walks it into the front court with 7:23 to go in the third quarter, and Senna's pass looking for Phelps, too high and out of bounds. Second turnover since halftime, just the fifth of the game. Plainswomen have cut their turnovers down to less than 13 a game in conference play. And the ball tipped away by Madison Cepeda and collected by Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Cepeda in transition. She rains a three off the rim that doesn't go in. Eileen Brown comes away with the board. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Plainswomen lead still 14. They were up by 18 in quarter number 2. Near side three. Bang. Gabby O'Hara knocks it in. She's 3 of 5 from downtown. Has 13. That's a high for the Trinidad State Trojans, and they're back within 11. Plainswomen won the first meeting by 15 in Trinidad. Backside feed. Cepeda to the hoop. Knocked down. She'll head to the free throw line. Talked about it yesterday during the Otero games. The home-road split is about 7 points inside this region. So if you win by 7 at home, you're going to tie on the road. So having won by 15 on the road plus 7, NJC on paper should win by 22 at home. So Trinidad playing up. A Trojan team that put up 60 last night. It's not like they're without any sort of offensive firepower. Cepeda knocks in the first free throw, but they will be without one of their 2 double-digit scorers. Blanco Aranias Ramon has 10 points and now 4 fouls, and Madison Cepeda buries both. She has 8, and the Plainswomen lead back to 13. 52-39, 6.5 to go in the third. High elbow jumper. Gabby O'Hara lips around, doesn't go down. Rebound tipped, and Veronica Beret comes up with it. Beret looking to run. She'll push out in front to Monique Senna. Senna to Garcia-Gasco. Works right side of the lane. Spins to her right. Kicks off far side for Cepeda. Then trails off to Danny from downtown. Rains it down. Plainswomen will take a timeout that will turn into the media timeout as they now lead by 16 again, 55-39. You're listening to Northeastern Basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen on top of Trinidad State. They've led since the outset with an 11-0 run to begin the game as we welcome you back. Gordon Insurance mitigates risk on your farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. Call 970-526-6139 or stop by in downtown Sterling today. Trojans will have the basketball. Daniela Garcia-Gasco popping one from downtown. Prior to that timeout, she has 15. That is a team high this evening. Albee walked into the front court, and the offense set up for the Trojans. Gabby O'Hara getting a screen top of the key around to Brown. They brought in Sofia Moran-Serbian on the timeout. Moran Servian, covered by Cepeda on the far side. Ball tipped out of her hands, 9 on the shot clock. She spins and trips. Back onto the near side. Allie Bishop, 2 doesn't go. And Veronica Beret comes away with the rebound, her 6th of the contest. To find Monique Senna, who will run the floor. Senna drives in. Garcia Gasco to Cepeda, who can't handle it on the far side. 3rd turnover of the quarter for the Plainswomen as Servian sprints into the front court, going right to left. Allie Bishop across to Nylene Brown. Brown from NBA range can't get the bank open on this Thursday night. It lips out. The Plainswomen will run it back up with Monique Senna. Veronica Beret, Monique Senna, Daniela Garcia Gasco all outside the arc. Slash into the lane for Riley Phelps. Plainswomen can't get her posted up as Senna trying to lose her defender off a screen. That's Elisa Cantaria. Garcia Gasco, right side of the lane, spins in, off the window, won't go in, and the board contained by Nylene Brown. 4:45 to go, 3rd quarter. Saunter up for the Trojans. Servian. Dribble across to Cantaria. Cantaria, ball picked out of her pocket. It is Cepeda that gets the steal that time, but Beret was there to create the tip as well. Cepeda up and a moving screen. Daniela Garcia Gasco just picked up foul 4. Daniela Garcia Gasco, the leading scorer, is sitting with 4 for NJC. 55-39. 4:21 to go in the 3rd. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Northeastern Plainswomen up 55-39, 4:21 to go in quarter number 3. We welcome you back into the Bank of Colorado Events Center. Agricultural Accounting knows you're a producer and not an accountant, so they'll plow through your paperwork and let you do what you're good at. Visit eggman.co and set up your consultation today. Trojan basketball out of the timeout. Markella Pizarra came in. Daniela Garcia Gasco remaining on for NJC. By my tally, that was with 4 fouls. Veronica Beret just picked up her 2nd. The first free throw does not go for Nylene Brown. Had to have maybe changed who that foul was on to leave Danny on at this point if you're NJC. Brown gets the 2nd to go down. All 3 of her points from the free throw line, 55-40. Monique Sena runs it into the front court. Markella Pizarra drops it in, right block. Daniela Garcia Gasco to Becca Sagerman, who came in on the timeout. Pizarra, right corner, downtown, won't go. Beret picks up the rebound, but cannot complete the pull down. And the Trojans end up with it. In transition, 3 up, 3 good for Gabby O'Hara. You can see why she's their leading scorer in conference. She has 16 tonight on 4 of 6 shooting from long range. 55-43. Plainswomen see their lead cut down to a dozen. Senna back from long range, reins it in. Monique's 4 of 5 from downtown. And Trinidad State will utilize a timeout on the Plainswomen, pushing it back up to 15. Monique Sena, the leading NJC scorer, I believe now. 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 for Monique Sena this evening now. She got a steal and a trio of rebounds as well. We mentioned yesterday, but I'll mention it again. We'll see Trinidad State wrestling on Monday. They're to town as NJC Wrestling has their final home duel of 2025-26. The Northeastern wrestling team at 6 o'clock will face Trinidad State. Will honor the sophomores on Monday night as well. We'll have coverage on 94.5 The Ranch and right here on NJC Athletics YouTube. 3:27 to go, third quarter. Plains women basketball trying to get back to 4-5. The 2 tough road trips next week. Ramon bring it past the stripe. O'Hara covered by Pizarra. On the left wing to Brown in the lane, and a traveling call before she collided with Segerman. So Nylene Brown will cough the basketball up. That is 14 turnovers by my tally in the game. They're averaging 18 in conference play. We still have 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball walked into the front court. Veronica Beret far side. Into the lane she goes. Daniela Garcia-Gasco, 2 at the rim. It will not drop. Rebound down by Moran Serbian. It was not a foul on Garcia-Gasco. I just saw her on the board. She only has 3 in the official book. Shot no good, and Garcia-Gasco comes down with the rebound, so that's why she remained on. I would guess Riley Phelps probably the one tagged with the foul for NJC. 2:35 to go in the third. Near side 3, Monique Sena off the mark. No good. Rebound collected by Sofia Moran Serbian. 9th rebound of the game for her. Drive into the lane. That is a foul on the drive from Arañas Ramon and her trip to the free throw line.
Number 8, Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Serve 4, team score.
And that is now 4 on Daniela Garcia-Gasco, who will take a seat. Riley Phelps on for her. So the foul was not on Phelps prior to the media timeout. So Danny relegated to the bench. One of the Plainswomen double-digit scorers. Arañas Ramon did come back on with 4 fouls. 10 points in this third quarter. She will make it 11 as she buries the second. 58-44, 2:20 to go in the third. Monique Sena will walk into the front court and set the offense up. Monique Pizarra in the high post. Pizarra off to Segerman, who works to her left, pulls up from downtown, clips rim on the far side, and stumbles out of bounds. 2:05 to go in the third. Gabby O'Hara will walk into the front court. O'Hara on the near side. She'll toss it out up top. Santana Diaz into the corner for Brown. Brown off the window. She's fouled. And what Trinidad State has done in this third quarter that they didn't do in the first half was drive to get to the hoop. They shot 19 threes in the first half. You're not going to get a ton of fouls called when you're just standing outside and shooting the jumpers. Attacking, getting to the rack, getting downhill. Even if you are a 2-18 team like Trinidad State is, you're going to have success as long as you play the game the right way. 1-2 for Brown makes it 58-45. Monique Sena walks it up for NJC. Monique driving, kicking, near side for Ray. Trail back out up top for Sena. Pizarra spins in the lane. The 2 sits on the back of the rim and will not go in. And Santana Diaz comes down with the board. Markell hasn't scored since the first quarter when she had all 7 of her points. Quick sprint into the front court. Top of the key drive for Nylene Brown, and she's fouled again, and I believe that is 4 now on Riley Phelps. So Daniela Garcia-Gasco sitting with 4. Now Riley Phelps with 4. That means Ashlyn Godfrey's going to have to play some. Ashlyn, who was the all-region goalkeeper for our soccer team here at NJC. She does her job as a post player. Not necessarily the most proficient offensively, but you're going to have to manage at least the final 90 seconds of this quarter and probably a portion of the fourth without it, as Brown cannot get the free throw to go. That was 2 free throws. We've been utilizing this double bonus only system, 5 fouls per quarter, since we went 2 quarters in college basketball on the women's side. And everybody just forgot that there were actually 2 free throws there. Brown missed the first and now missed the second. And the rebound goes out off the collection attempt from Allie Bishop. So ended up getting no points out of it. Still 58-45 with 1:25 to go in the third. Monique Senna walks it into the front court. She'll set it up going left to right. Monique shovels it off to Markella Pizarra, who cannot handle it, and it's another NJC turnover. They turned it over 3 times in the first half. That's 5 here in the third quarter. And was that an offensive foul? Or did we just step on the sideline there? That was just a step on the sideline by Arañez Ramon. Collision happened after she'd stepped out of bounds. Minute to go in the third, 58-45. Monique Senna, top of the key to Veronica Beret. Downtown, hammers back iron, doesn't go. Long rebound, Arañez Ramon comes down with it. Quick bolt up the floor, Arañez Ramon, no good. Brown down with the offensive rebound. Markella Pizarra swats the shot out of Browns. .44 seconds to go in the third. Toss in near side, into the near corner. Arañez Ramon reins it in. Her first from downtown, and this is a 10-point game. NJC's only scored a dozen in the third quarter. 3 doesn't go for Monique Senna. The board is collected by Gabby O'Hara. Shot clock, game clock are synchronous. Maybe a half-second differential, so Trojans working for maybe a final shot. Nope. Gabby O'Hara puts it up, and the rebound down by Markella Pizarra off the missed 3. So NJC can have the final shot with 10 seconds to go in the third. Becca Segerman walking it up. Segerman off a screen from Godfrey, who will put up a long 2 and knock it in. Got the opportunity and buried it. NJC will take a 12-point lead to the fourth, 60-48. Fourth quarter next. You're listening to Northeastern Basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center, we had a quarter number 4, NJC on top of Trinidad, 60-48. Northeastern Plainswomen basketball scored just 14 in quarter number 3, 23 in each of the first and second. Trojans with 16 in the third. A steal to begin the fourth quarter as Monique Senna jumps the passing lane and picks off a pass intended for Nylene Brown. Monique Senna walks it into the front court, and she sets the offense up. Monique drives left side of the lane, high off the iron, doesn't go. Rebound contained by Gabby O'Hara. Trojans, if they can get it down to that media timeout by just down 3 possessions, I think you'll be fine. NJC dealing with foul trouble. Riley Phelps and Daniela Garcia-Gasco, each with 4. Daniela Garcia-Gasco will be the first tasked with coming on and trying not to foul out in this fourth quarter. Brought to you by Kuntz Pump and Well Supply. Don't wait till the last minute to solve all your irrigation well and watering problems. Kuntz Pump and Well, 970-522-2035. Daniela Garcia-Gasco, right block, off the window, rumbles it in. Danny with 17, matching the team high. Monique Sena has 17 as well. 62-48 leads up to 14. Trot into the front court by Aaliyah Olawoyan. Far side three, kick won't go. Rebound picked up by Daniela Garcia-Gasco. She will find Sena, who will run the floor. Monique to Danny. Drives off the right wing, spins in the lane, backdoor cut, Sena to the rack, over the rim, down and in and one. Monique Sena with a chance for a 3-point play and a chance for 20 on Aaliyah Olawoyan's first foul tonight. Olawoyan will take a seat. Sophia Morin-Serbian will come back on. Monique, 4 for 6 from downtown, 3 for 5 from inside the arc. And now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She has 20. Plainsmen back up by 17, 65-48, 90 seconds in, quarter number 4. Gabby O'Hara near side, 2 up, no good, rebound tipped. Becca Segerman comes up with it. Quick run of the floor to Godfrey in transition. Segerman in front of the bench, entry mid-block, near corner, 3. The bank is open. Monique Sena with 23. And a timeout by Trinidad State with 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter as NJC leads by 20. This will be a media timeout in the fourth quarter. 68-48 NJC on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Northeastern Plainswomen up 20, 68-48 as we welcome you back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center. 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. 23 points for Monique Sena. She dropped 26 a couple weeks ago. That's her career high. Daniela Garcia-Gasco knocking toward a triple-double. She was close last night as out of the immediate timeout, Ranias Ramon drives in and lays it in. She has 16 for the Trojans. 68-50, 7:50 to go in the fourth. Sena, pump, dish, far side Segerman to Godfrey in the lane. Shot will not go. The rebound collected by Ranias Ramon. Plainswomen back defensively. Near the top of the key, Servian, near corner, O'Hara. Again knocks it in. Boy, she is a shooter. 19 tonight, 5 of 8 from downtown. 68-53, Segerman top of the key to Veronica Beret on the far side. Sena, Cepeda, near side. Garcia-Gasco back out to Monique. Monique, step back drag. Danny with 10 on the shot clock, looking to ISO and drive. Spin in the lane, puts a shot up. She was fouled by Gabby O'Hara going for the steal. Gabby went for the steal thinking she had one more bounce dribble in that drive, and instead was going for the shot. Gabby O'Hara whistled for her second foul in the game. Daniela Garcia-Gasco to the free throw line. 17 tonight, 1 of 3 in double figures. No, Markella is not in double figures. She's at 7. First free throw goes in for Daniela Garcia-Gasco. So one of two in double figures. Ford is wrong. Second will not go. Segerman rebound, too strong on her putback. So NJC getting another opportunity. First second chance point opportunity since second quarter. Only two offensive rebounds prior to that one in the game. Serbian three, top of the key, doesn't go. Daniela Garcia-Gasco down with the board. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for the Spaniard. Monique Senna off a screen. Over to Segerman on the Penny logo, far side. To Godfrey in the lane. Back off to Segerman. 15 on the baseline. Tickles the twine. Becca Segerman with 5. Good inside out work there again for NJC. Ivan down for 16 assists this evening. 71-53, up by 18. Gabby O'Hara near the top of the key. Drives across, far side for Brown. Her three won't go, and Monique Santa comes away with the rebound. Monique sprints it forward. 6 to go. Plainswoman work it with Godfrey to the near side for Beret. Wants the entry and gets it to Garcia. Gasco to Beret. Driving down the heart of the lane. She lays it up and in. Dish off that wing. Drop on the guard cut. Execute. Back up by 20. 73-53. Ball walked into the front court near the top of the key. Goes Oranias Ramon. Far side three. Hammers rim and doesn't go in from Serbian. The rebound out of bounds. Back onto the floor comes Yasmin Santa Diaz. And Aaliyah Olawoyan will check on for the Trinidad State Trojans. 5:30 to go, fourth quarter. NJC will not bring Riley Phelps in. She was up talking with Bronson Moton at the end of the bench. Thought maybe she'd go to the table with 4 fouls. They've been playing Garcia Gasco, but Ashlyn Godfrey's kind of doing her thing right now. In the lane, she puts one up. It rattles and drops. That's 4 points all in this fourth quarter for Ashlyn Godfrey, while one right at the end of the third. And the Plainswomen lead by 22 at 75-53. Near the top of the key, Serbian to Diaz on the near side. She puts one off the rim that doesn't go. Board contained by Daniela Garcia-Gasco. She'll fling it up the floor. Finds Senna, who puts it too hot to handle out in front for Segerman. Just the 8th turnover tonight. NJC's limited their numbers, but this is pretty impressive. 8 tonight. They did it in North Platte when they won on the road as well. Baseball pass across near side. Ramon spins. Beret denies her shot. Olawoyan out up top, far side. Wilma Flintstone got the feet pedaling to get the car going, and Yasmin Santa Diaz is tagged for the travel. 4.5 to go, fourth quarter, 75-53 NJC. Western Engineering Consultants, big firm products, small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com for more information. Daniela Garcia-Gasco says long two, go through. She has 20 tonight. 77-53, the Plainswomen lead by 24. Near the top of the key. Serbian drives in, dishes off to the window. Off the wall, Bishop knocks it in, her first points since the first quarter. 77-55. Walk into the front court for Monique Senna. Senna drives, right side of the lane, off the window. Drops it in again. Monique, another big bucket for NJC. 23, I think it is, 25 now. An 8th rebound for Garcia-Gasco on the miss. And Bronson Moton is taking a timeout to get his subs in. Trojans have a sub at the table, but up by 24. Daniela Garcia-Gasco will head to the bench, as will Monique Senna. And why not? Monique, our player of the game tonight, brought to you by Premier Farm Credit, Eastern Colorado's a way of life, credit and related services for more than 100 years. Visit PremierACA.com. Yeah, she's the leading scorer, but the efficiency with which she's done it tonight has been even bigger. So that's 15, that's 8, that's 23, 25. And she has done it on just 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 shots. 25 points on 13 shots. That's efficiency that's going to make you a player that's impressive. And she doesn't sit. Daniela Garcia-Gasco does. For Giselle Celis, Markella Pizarra comes in for Ashlyn Godfrey. Pizarra on the block, on the entry. She draws the foul, so Monique is going to stay out there. Danny exits, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So over 700 points in her career tonight. That now unofficially puts her at 568 rebounds and at 192 assists. There's only one other player that has been that complete as Pizarra knocks in the first in my 17 years as the voice of NJC, and she was an All-American in Sibel Diata. The only other player that I've seen average better than 1.5 in every statistical category, points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, besides Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Pizarra knocks in both. She now has 9, and the lead is 26 at 81-55. Far side 3. Servian knocks in her second 3 of the ball game. 81-58 with 3 to go. Trinidad went on the road to Scottsbluff and lost by 29 last night. Far side Segerman. She hammers it off the rim. It doesn't go in, and Ramon comes down with the rebound. Ashlyn Godfrey back at the table. I would imagine Senna is exiting at the next whistle. And the foul on NJC as the Trojans bring it up with 2:44 to go. Oh, Godfrey's going to come in for Veronica Beret, who had another Veronica Beret type night. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. 81-58, 2:44 to go. Quarter number 4. Plainswomen looking to go to 4-5 in Region 9 South play. And how about a steal for Monique Sena, her third of the night on the drive in by Ramon. Monique runs the floor. She pulls up. Right wing does not go. She wanted the career high in points. She knew where she was sitting. She drills that one. She has 28. She's one shy of her career high here at NJC. Off the right wing, Servian with 2:10 to go. Out up top for Olawoyan. Back iron won't drop. Giselle Celis comes down with the rebound, and it's punched out of her hands and out of bounds. Plainswomen will head to Southeast next Wednesday. They're actually going down on Tuesday and playing in Lincoln on Wednesday. Then a Valentine's Day tilt in Lamar against the Lopes. Back at home 1 week from yesterday, or 2 weeks from yesterday, on the 18th of February against North Platte. Have to get one on the road next week, or potentially at McCook to have an opportunity at a top 4 as Celis goes inside out to Godfrey, who puts up a long 2. It does not go. Scrum for the basketball. Tie up. Arrow stays with NJC. Segerman inbounds to the right of the hoop. Dropping it into Markella Pizarra, who drives in the lane and gets it stolen away by Olawoyan. That's just the third steal of the game for Trinidad State to Brown, who goes coast to coast. And she puts the floater up and in for her first field goal of the game. She had all 4 of her previous points from the free throw line. 81-60, 80 seconds to go. Monique Sena drives in, kicks off to Giselle Celis. Shot will not go, and Becca Segerman, I believe, whistled on the foul on the rebound. So first on the Plainswomen in the fourth quarter. Trinidad State will lose their 10th in a row and drop to 0-8 in Region 9 South play. They have a tough road to hoe if they want to see the postseason. As I understand it, and we're going to get confirmation on it as a long 2 can't be handled on the rebound by NJC. The top 2 in each sub-region, North and South, get a bye to the quarterfinals, and then the North 3 hosts the South 6, and the South 3 hosts the North 6, and then the 4 and 5s at the home sites as well. So if you're not in that top 6, as I understand it, and again, we're going to get confirmation on that, you can check it out on our Spotify page. Inside Northeastern next week will be part of Bleckatology Week. where we will break down the postseason bracket for our area. But as I understand it, that's how the women's side is going to work. I'm unsure how the men's side is going to work. I don't know if they went the same way, both men's and women's. That was with the addition of North Platte and Southeast coming up to Division I on the women's side and just Southeast going Division I on the men's side. Servian knocked in the first free throw and the second as well, 81-62 with 50 seconds remaining. And Monique Sennett will walk into the front court for NJC. 25 tonight. She's our player of the game. She's done it on just 14 shots as well. Plainswomen look like they're just going to work this one down for their final possession. One final look at the hoop as Monique drops it off to Markella Pizarra. Rains it in from downtown. Markella, the third Plainswoman in double figures now with a dozen. Monique Senna's third assist. And the Plainswomen will go to 8-17 on the year, but more importantly, 4-5 in South play. Trojans get a bank in from Santana Diaz, her first points of the game. Our final score tonight, Northeastern 84, Trinidad State 65. Getting back on the winning side of things, we're the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen, thanks to 25 from Monique Senna and 20 from Daniela Garcia Gasco. Plains men basketball are set to take on the Trinidad State Trojans. That will be a 7:30 p.m. tip-off. So make sure you stay tuned for that. NJC Plainswomen basketball with the win, 84-65. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Announced for Northeastern Junior College. Ben, I'm going to need you to have your intermission extended a little bit. If you could join us down on the court, we'd really appreciate it.
Ben, be right there.
As we welcome Ben Bluckett to the floor, yesterday was his 17th year anniversary of calling Northeastern athletics. Today, the women's game against Trinidad State was his 1500th call for Northeastern athletics. Ben, from all Northeastern Junior College, a big congratulations. We love hearing your voice over every single video. He brings an atmosphere like no one else can, and we appreciate everything for that. Ben, I think you got a lot of fans in here. And we also have a very special tribute video just for you. For yours truly is the voice of Northeastern Junior College Athletics that took over on the 4th of February 2009. Supposed to be an emergency fill-in basis, and it just never went away. It's one of the proudest achievements I've had in my quarter century of broadcasting. The February 5th games against Trinidad State will mark the 1,500th games that I have done. There's been so many great memories in celebration of this milestone.
McCook will drive right side of the lane, shovel it in. Shorta is blocked by Kinsey Craig. Picked up for the Plainswomen by Jalen Todd. She'll swing it forward. Sanea Martinez runs it down and dribbles it back out. The Northeastern Plainswomen have survived and advanced to the Region 9 quarterfinals. Fires ground ball over to first. It's scooped up by Clark. He tags the bag. The mitts are in the air. The Northeastern Plainsmen spray water onto themselves as they huddle up the first baseline. And the improbable run, a group of 30 freshmen have won the 2025 Region 9 Baseball Championship. Let's give it up near side for Jubal. Jubal trying to calm it down. Near side, Carson fires into the far post. And the Northeastern Plainsmen take a game-winning goal from David Jubal in minute number 97. And the Northeastern Plainsmen are headed to the Region 9 tournament. Remaining time at 64. Hamilton will toss it in to Kyler Kane Johnson. He'll put a 3 up to win it. He's got it in! A buzzer-beating 3 for Kyler Kane Johnson, and the Plainsmen beat the Otero Rattlers 67-64. How about that for win number 300 for head coach Eddie Trinkle? Done by Mendoza on the infield. Third baseman Angelina Quezada collides with first baseman Lauren Lee. Lee makes the catch, and the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen for the first time in program history are Region 9 softball champions. Lauren Lee still being examined as she collided with Quezada, but the freshman from Fruta made the catch. The Plainswomen have won the Region 9 championship. On NJC still with championship point. Short float serve, fielded by Wells. Set down the middle, burns up the block, and the Northeastern Plainswomen, for the first time in 5,830 days, can call themselves Region 9 champions. 25-21, NJC's going to Hutch, baby. What a win. They celebrate on the floor.
Ben, thank you so much for everything you've done for NBC. You've been a part of making history, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for all the coffee runs, helping keep us sane during stressful times, and keeping us awake on long road trips. It's an honor to be a part of your 1500th broadcast. You're the best.
Mr. Ben Blecka, Coach Catchell here. To the voice of the Plainsmen, 17 years, 1,500 games. Huge congratulations from NJC Baseball. From NJC Athletics, we're extremely happy and proud of the accomplishment. So fortunate to have you and call you ours. And boy, you are getting old. But here's to the next 1,500. Thank you for everything you do.
Hey Ben, congratulations on 1,500. The men's basketball program is so excited for you. Can't believe that back in the day when you first started, we both had long hair, and now I have gray hair. So do you. Proud of you. Keep it up. Another 1,500 more.
Hey Ben Blecka, just want to let you know that we appreciate and recognize your dedication, passion, and the voice you've brought to our programs for the life of countless fans. We're grateful for the time, energy, and heart you pour into every broadcast. Here's to the memories and many more ahead.
Well, 1,500 is a lot of games to be doing, and I'm surprised you stepped up the voice, but congratulations, Blecka. It has been great working with you with a bunch of random projects that we've been doing throughout the last couple of years, and looking forward to doing more, and maybe even have 1,500 more games.
Hey Ben, James Westfield, NJC Soccer here. Just wanted to say a massive thank you for everything that you do for Northeastern Athletics and Northeastern Soccer. 1,500 games is insane, so that's awesome. Thank you again for everything that you do. Supporting soccer through the rain, the snow, the sunshine. Thank you for commentating on all the games. And yeah, best of luck.
Congrats, Ben Blecka, on 1,500 games and 17 years, man. That's over 6,000 days that you've been doing this. You are the voice, not only of this school, but of this community, of this side of the state, in our athletics department, and the athletics in this community, whether it's, college, youth, school, whatever it is, it just doesn't move without you. Your name is synonymous with athletics in Northeastern Colorado, and so for that, we appreciate you so much, Ben. Thank you.
Congrats, Ben, on 17 years and 1,500 games. Can't wait to hear the next 1,500.
Congratulations, Ben, on 17 years as the voice of Northeastern Athletics. Your contributions to athletics has been extraordinary, and we can't thank you enough for your work. Here's to 17 more.
Hey Dad, I'm so proud of you and everything you do. I can't imagine growing up without NJC Athletics. Sorry I've been missing work. I was making this video. And thanks for the podcast because you just voiced your own tribute.
the man himself, Ben Glucka. We've got one more surprise for you, Ben. One more surprise, can you handle it? So we've got a banner just made for you. It's going to be up there tonight, but the rest of the time it's going to be right in front of your booth, right there in mid-court for you. Congratulations, Ben. We appreciate it, man. One more round of applause for Mr. Ben Glucka, ladies and gentlemen.